Okay, so I have something to say. It's an opinion, but because I'm cocky, I do believe it's a fact, right? You know how so many women like to talk about, men use the Bible to abuse women, which I completely agree. One thing we never talk about is how sisters use the Bible as well to abuse women. And what I simply mean by this is women will use scriptures to project their insecurities, correct something that they cannot do or wish they could do, use scriptures to be passive aggressive, condescending, fake. You know what I'm saying? What else do they like doing? Projecting. They will use scriptures to cover all that. Whole time that's what they really feeling like. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being honest and blunt with you and really telling you how they truly feel, they like to mask who they are with scriptures. And they got the same spirit that niggas have when using scriptures to control women, because sisters will use the Bible as well to feel entitled over women, to try to tell women what to do. We never talk about bitches like this in the community. And yes, I'm saying bitches because when you entitled, when you feel like you can, when you feel entitled over other women's lives and what they do, what they can't do because you can't fucking do it, yes, you are a bitch. You are a bitch, sis. And you have insecurity problems and self-esteem problems that you gotta fucking fix. And I'm sure most of us has gone through that or still needs to fix that. But as for you, because you refuse to fix it, you're doing everything in your power to stop other women from fully reaching their potential because you a hating bitch. You are a hating ass bitch. You are, I'm going to say this again. Maybe I got to say it 10 times 7. You are a hating ass bitch. You so busy worried about what a sister can't do. Like, you could be a sister. You could show your ankles. Sis, your ankles. Your ankles is just too much, but I like the outfit, sis. You are so passive aggressive. Who gives a shit? Like, it's not affecting you. But because, and a lot of times, this is what I be saying, it be insecurities. Now, that ankle shit was an example. I have never met no sister that would go to beyond the extreme, which I wouldn't be surprised if there was one. So the point is, right? You should never, as a woman in this community, you should never compromise your characteristics, your personality, your vibe for no woman in this community. Because why? You're not sinning. You're not stealing from them. You're not robbing them. Let alone are you dealing with their man. So why do they give a fuck about your character? Your characteristics. And when I say character, I'm not talking about like no crazy shit like you shaking ass on top of cars. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you got characteristics, you wild, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're loud, you're fun to be around, right? And that's something you should never compromise because a woman is not doing it, or she feel like she better because she's so quiet and silent and so fucking boring. You should never compromise that, because that's the problem. Y'all care about women's opinions in this community way too much to where you have never reached your full potential because you care so much. You care what the next sister's going to say. You're scared that she's going to correct you. I mean, even if she do correct you, it's up to you to either accept or decline. And you declining it wouldn't typically make you wicked, because correction comes from someone, from someone coming from a different way of life, their own belief, what they believe is right, wrong. For an example, you may be correcting, a sister may correct me on saying, hey, sis, it's a sin to wear pants. And I'm like, no, it's not. And I continue to wear pants. Should I be counted as rebellious, wicked, unrighteous? No. Because one, it's not a sin. Two, I don't give a fuck. I don't. And even if this come off as harsh, I just want sisters to know I don't give a damn. And I'm pretty sure there's a sister somewhere watching my shit. Oh my gosh, she's cussing so much. This is so wicked. She's already ready to bring out some scriptures. Sis, if you've made it this far, please keep that to yourself, okay? You know what be the problem with many of y'all? Y'all care too much what other women in this community gotta say. Y'all are willing to compromise y'all characteristics, y'all personality, you living your best life for these women, because now that you do it, they feel entitled. They feel like they can run around and do that to other sisters. They feel in control. They feel secure within themselves. Listen, all they're really doing is projecting what they cannot do. And again, this is why what I be saying, sisters be using scriptures to cover who they really are and how they really feeling. The whole time they truly feel some type of way. They're projecting. They're passive aggressive. They want to be entitled, controlling. And they'll do anything in their power to use that one scripture or those couple scriptures to guilt trip you and make you seem like you're just so wicked, abominable, disgusting for control. To make them, not only to make you feel insecure, but to make themselves feel secure, because they can't even handle what the fuck they got going on in their own household. They can't control their nigga. So they gotta control the next bitch. They gotta control the next sister. And y'all give them the power because y'all cannot say no. Y'all don't have boundaries. Y'all don't correct they asses. Just tell them no. You have to tell women like this in the community, no, move the fuck on. I don't give a damn. Like, y'all be having so much great personality. You living your best life. You get what I'm saying? You're loud, and you know, not in a negative way, but you're just loud. You're full. You're filled with life. And here you have a sister telling you, "Oh, sis, you're doing too much," because she's so silent and she's so fucking boring. And here you are. You become silent. You're boring just like her now. Like, y'all don't have to. Y'all gotta stop compromising your own life that don't belong to that other sister for her. Because what you got going on does not affect her and never will fucking affect her. Unless, you know, unless you crossing her boundaries and shit. Like, you literally crossing her boundaries, disrespecting her. But other than that, whatever the fuck you got going on in your life, and she got a problem with her, that's her personal issues. That's her. Listen, here's a statement for today. I want all the entitled sisters to understand something. Women are not your possessions. Women don't belong to you. You are not a fucking mother. You are a sister. You have no authorization. You have no power over any woman. You do not become one flesh with any woman. You do not have no rank above any fucking woman. You know what that means? If a sister living her best fucking life, you don't like it, shut the fuck up. She on a vacation, she drinking wine, she laughing, she just living lively. She's not hurting no one, she's not sinning against the Lord, she not eating pork, shrimp, lobster. Just shut your ass the fuck up. She's dancing with other women, she's not around men. And here you are. You know, sisters, you shouldn't be dancing. You shouldn't be dancing like that. That's too much. Sis, this is not okay. Let me tell y'all sisters something. If y'all act like this, you could never be around me. Ever. Ever. Because you know what it is? I'ma still cuss. I'ma still live my best life. I'ma do whatever the fuck I want. In a good, righteous way. Not whatever the fuck I want, like, hurting somebody, sinning against somebody. No, doing whatever the fuck I want. Because I want to. If I want to fulfill a career, I can do that. If I want to go to a beach, I could do that. If I want to go to a fucking party, a beach house party, I'll do that.